The Coffee Shop, Part 3. Kate tossed and turned all night. She had dreamed of meeting Christian for so long, and he really was everything she dreamed he would be. Except, oh, how could he have lied to me? Kate jumped out of bed and began to pace back and forth. She threw her hands up, grabbed her head. I can't believe I'm going to lose everything. Kate sat back down on the edge of the bed and whispered, now covering her eyes. How could you, Christian? How could you let your father destroy my home and business? She wished he could hear her. Kate stood up and went to the kitchen to make some tea. She kept the light over the sink on at night, giving the kitchen a gloomy look. Just the mood Kate was in. She sat down at the table and dipped the tea bag up and down in her cup. Kate jumped at the sound of her phone ringing. She looked at the clock. It's 3 a.m. Who could that be? She answered it. Hello? What kind of tea are you drinking, Kate? It was Mickey. Mickey, Kate whispered. Chamomile. Couldn't sleep. This was the script for weeks now. Christian would call and try to talk to Kate, but Kate would refuse. Mickey would try to intercept without any luck of getting her to meet up with Christian. Kate looked out the window. Deep down inside, she wished she could see Christian go by, as he did before, but he stopped going to the coffee shop. Mickey spoke through the phone. I thought so. You have to stop this, girl. Why don't you take the day off? Do something you like to do. You've just about missed summer, and fall is almost over. Let's go for a bike ride, window shopping, and have lunch. There has to be a craft fair somewhere we can go to. Just close the store. Actually, let's close the store. Just think of the money you will save by not paying me. We can go together. Let's have a girls' day. I wouldn't be much fun, Mickey. I have so much on my mind. Exactly. Let's clear it. Mickey had a plan that she hoped would change everything for Kate. Kate got ready, and the two friends went for a bike ride. They rode for about an hour and ended up at a park where there were some benches and a gazebo. Nice place, Mickey said. You could have a wedding here. No response from Kate. Kate, did you hear me? Kate was still so sidetracked. Snap out of it, girl. Kate looked at Mickey as if she could see through her. This is it, she said. Is what? Mickey asked. This is the park and the town that Christian took me to. Oh, really, Mickey said. So this is the renovation that Christian's dad did? It's beautiful. Yes. Let's go, Mickey. Wait a minute, Kate. Let's walk the bikes up the street and have lunch. No, I don't want to. Let's go. Wow, Kate. You do love him, don't you? How could I be in love with him? I barely know him. I just don't want to be here. It reminds me of his lies. He didn't lie, Kate. Come on, let's walk. I want to see what our town will look like. Kate abruptly turned with the bike in hand and began to walk out of the park area onto the main street, not waiting for Mickey. Mickey sighed and followed. She caught up with Kate. Kate said, How can I clear my mind here? In this town, in his town. It's not his town, Kate. It's his father's work, and damn good work from what I can see here. Stop defending him, Mickey. I'm not. Just look around, Kate. It's beautiful. Yeah, and I can't be a part of it. But Kate, remember, Mickey, there won't be a place for my store here. Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here. No sense in looking at what's bothering you. Mickey knew she had her work cut out for her. She thought, maybe this was a bad idea to come out here. Kate looked around as they started to leave the town. It really is beautiful here, she thought. Then she spoke. Well, I guess we could have some lunch. Let's go to the restaurant Christian and I had lunch in. I may as well go all the way to Madness. Kate was being sarcastic. Mickey smiled. Yes, let's. They went to the restaurant and were seated by a window where they could see the other shops. Kate looked out the window and tried to see the antique store she and Christian had been to. Can you see the antique store across the way? What antique store? Mickey asked. Kate stood up and looked out the window, trying to look down the street. It was kind of hard to see from the angle she was at. It's there, see it? And pointed to a building where she remembered the store was. Puzzled that she didn't see a sign. It was there when Christian and I were here. He bought me this pin. Kate put her hand on the pin and looked at it. She looked out the window again. It has to be there. Mickey looked too. The waitress came over to them as they both had their noses pressed against the window glass. Are you ready to order? She asked. Both startled, they turned and sat down. Yes, we are ready, Mickey said. Excuse me, Kate said. There is an antique store across the street, right? It's called Nothing Old, Nothing New? Yes. Well, no, it's not there anymore. It's not? It was just there a couple of months ago. Yes, that was Sharon's place. She retired. She closed up and moved down south with her son and her daughter-in-law. Just like that? Kate wondered how someone could just pick up and leave their life like that. Yes, she was in her 70s. I guess she thought it was time. She had a 3-day sale, and the rest of her things she donated or just gave away. Wow, Kate said. I miss her. She would come in a couple of days a week and have her afternoon tea. Kate felt sad. Thank you for the information. The place is for rent now, the waitress continued. Has an apartment and all upstairs. Mickey looked at Kate. It's an hour away from my home, Mickey. So are you chained to our town? Is something keeping you there? Oh, that's right. You won't have a place to live in 6 months anyway. So why wouldn't you want to check out a new place to live? But my dad's place, Mickey. The woman that owned the antique shop picked up and moved her whole life down south. This is just an hour away. Your dad would want you to be happy. Let's go see it. They ate lunch and walked over to the store. There was a sign in the window. For lease. Contact McLean Enterprises. 800-555-4343. Mickey nudged Kate. Give him a call. Now? Yes, now. We are here, aren't we? Kate pulled out her cell phone and dialed. A gentleman answered the phone. Hello, McLean Enterprises. Russ speaking. May I help you? Hi. Hello. I was wondering if I could see the store for lease on Main Street in Rosedale. Sure, I can make an appointment for you to see it. Well, I'm here now. Is anyone available to come down and show it to me? One moment, please. Kate tapped her foot and looked at Mickey. Okay, thank you, Kate said. Well, Mickey stared at Kate. Someone will be here in 10 minutes. Great. Let's see what else this town has to offer. It could be home. Kate rolled her eyes. Mickey took her by the arm and they walked around the town. Aside from the restaurant, there was a bookstore, a hair salon, a florist, and a general store. An actual general store, Kate thought to herself, without letting Mickey know what she was thinking. And all it is missing is a knitting store. Russ pulled up as Kate and Mickey returned to the store. Hi, I'm Russ. Kate. They shook hands. I'm Mickey. Nice to meet you both, he said as he turned the key. They walked inside. Kate remembered her and Christian's date. She was sad and excited all at the same time. The store was empty now, but Kate could visualize her having her store here. Can I see the apartment? Sure. They climbed the stairway. It was very quaint, just like the town. It had crown molding and vintage porcelain in the bathroom, painted cabinets and marble countertops. Very chic. Kate thought, I could live here. Here's the paperwork. Russ interrupted Kate's thoughts. Price terms and my card. Call me if you decide to take it. Thank you, Kate said. They all left the building. Kate and Mickey got on their bikes and headed for home. Well, now, wasn't that fun? Kate admitted the bike ride was something she needed. Okay. See you later. Mickey hugged Kate. Mickey went home and called Christian. Hello? Hi, it's Mickey. Well, I got her there, and she's interested. Great, Christian yelled through the phone. Thank you. You know I'm going to lose my friend over this. Mickey, I care so much about Kate and really want to be in her life. You have to believe me. I believe you. You're going to a lot of trouble to get her into a new place in business. Don't blow it, or you'll have to deal with me. I won't, but we're running out of time. They start demolition in 2 weeks. Maybe you should try to talk to her again, Christian. She won't talk to me, Mickey. I've tried to reach out to her. Let her know about the lease available. She will definitely not take it then. You need to convince her. Mickey knew Christian was right. The next day, Mickey went to work as usual, and Kate was doing inventory. For months, she had buried herself in her work, ignoring the fact that she needed a new place to live and a new store. Kate spoke. Maybe we should order more blue cobalt bulky. It's become very popular. Kate, you have plenty of yarn. You have to stop purchasing it. You know that. I know, Kate snapped at Mickey. Mickey took a deep breath. She was getting tired of being her friend's punching bag. She thought it was time to end this madness once and for all. Kate! Mickey spoke sharply, causing Kate to look up from the computer. I have watched you for months, and quite honestly, I am tired of seeing you this way. You either reach out to Christian or forget him. There is no middle here, and I don't know if you realize it, but you won't have a place to live in 2 weeks. And you've been hoarding yarn and books knowing that you'll have to get a moving truck or have a really good sale to move all of this. Today is the day, sweetheart, to face up to whatever mood you've been pushing on me. You are my best friend and I love you, but no more. I am not going to watch you waste another day of your life because of the hold that these men have on you. I know you love and miss your dad, but being sad about this building isn't going to bring him back. And Christian is not responsible for the building being sold, so stop blaming him. Now there's a new place and a store with your name on it. Call Russ and tell him you want it, and you need to move in 2 weeks. I'm going across the street to get us some coffee, and when I get back, I will expect the mood in this room to change. Put some lights on, too. See you in 10. Kate was stunned. She was hurting the one person in her life that loved her unconditionally. Taking advantage of her was more like it. I'm sorry, Kate whispered towards the door. Mickey had already left. Kate looked around the store and thought, she's right, I'm such a terrible friend. I do have to let go. Kate put on all the lights in the store and went up to her apartment. A few minutes later, Mickey returned to see that the lights had come back on and Kate was gone. Mickey placed the coffee cups on the work table and went to help a customer that came in behind her. Kate picked up the business card and called Russ. She went back downstairs and asked Mickey to mind the store for a while. Mickey smiled. Of course. Kate hugged Mickey. I'm sorry, she whispered. All good. Someday I may return the favor and drive you a little crazy. Kate picked up her coffee and left the store. She met with Russ, and within 2 weeks she was moved into her new place and opened her store. She loved the area. Christian's dad really did rebuild the area into a beautiful town. Well, you did it, Kate, Mickey said. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for setting me straight. Are you kidding? What are friends for? And I see a raise in my future. They both laughed. Kate put a sign in the window offering knitting lessons and noticed something unusual. The space across the street had a sign as well. It said, "We are expanding. Check back soon." The building across the street was under construction. Kate just had to see what was going on. Kate went back to the restaurant and spoke with the waitress that helped them when they were there a couple of weeks ago. They're going to have a coffee shop section next door. They will open the wall and you can go and get gifts and take out coffee and buns and things. Coffee shop, Kate whispered. This really is déjà vu, isn't it? There was much work being done in Kate's new world, and within a few weeks the knitting store was fully stocked. Kate was all settled in, and even the new coffee shop had opened. Kate looked out the window of her shop, and Mickey came up behind her. It is a pretty town, isn't it? Mickey said. Just then Christian came walking down the street to the coffee shop. Kate couldn't believe her eyes. Just like old times, isn't it? Funny how some things work out. Kate really needed to come to terms with Christian, but she was more nervous than ever. Just go say hello, Mickey said. That's how I got in trouble the first time. Kate moved away from the window and began working again. Mickey followed her. I think you did all right. This place is great. Well, Christian had nothing to do with it. There was silence. Kate turned to Mickey. Right? Mickey cringed a little. Mickey, what did you do? Kate squinted. By this time, Christian had gone into the coffee shop. Kate continued to stare at Mickey. Nothing really. Christian, have you talked to him? Just a few times. Kate interrupted. He what? What's going on, Mickey? It's really a funny story, Kate. Somehow I don't think I'll be laughing. Sit down and I'll tell you the whole story. They sat at the work table and Mickey explained. Christian came into the store one day looking for you. Per your instructions, I told him you didn't want to see him. He respected your wishes, but asked me if I could do something for him. He had an idea about how to make things right with you. He told his father that this place would be perfect for you and wanted it to be held until you had a chance to look at it. He wanted to try to make things right and thought you might just like it here. He asked me to get you to the store so you could see it. Mickey, how could you? I know you hate me, but I couldn't take how you were feeling, Kate. I thought it was a great idea. I came here to see it one day and fell in love with the area, and I knew you would too. My job was just to get you here. So the bike ride, you and Christian planned that? Well, yes and no. He didn't care how I got you here. The bike ride was my idea. Oh, wow. Kate stood up, dazed. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Kate, he really cares about you. I'm not sure why, but I guess there is such a thing as love at first sight. And I know you care too, or you wouldn't have moped around all the time. You're still moping around now. Kate was standing there, leaning on the table, still dazed. Mickey waved her hand in front of Kate's frozen face. "Hello, Kate." Kate came out of her daze and looked at Mickey. Mickey spoke. "Maybe it's time to start over. New store, new home, new relationship. I'm never going to forgive you for this, Mickey, but thank you." Mickey was relieved. "Well, what are you waiting for? Go across the street to the coffee shop before he leaves." Kate smiled, hugged Mickey, and ran for the door.